Like, it just would have been the craziest thing ever for artists everywhere and would have been the end of record labels at that time. What up, though, y'all? Today I want to talk about record labels and going independent. Specifically, if big artists went independent, what would happen to the record labels? And by the way, y'all, I got a new album coming out March 21st. Peep the drip real quick. Hey, y'all, it's kind of like if you like Del the Funky, Homo Sapien, Cool Keith, MF Doom, I think you're going to like this album. It's a concept album. It tells a story. It's got some old school with some new school flavor. That's what I do. You know, DIY artists, independent, appreciate y'all showing the love. Let's get back to the video. I mean, do we really need record labels in today's time? Back in the day, you used to need record labels to push your music, put it out, distribute it, package it, finalize it, aka master it. You know, you'd pay them to mix and master music for a buttload of money, and they would make you go to certain studios because they know that you're going to pay a lot more at this studio than at your boy's studio down the street. Nowadays, there isn't much of a difference between your boy's studio down the street and the super professional record label studio that you have to pay a ton of money for, because you can find equal sound quality elsewhere. Let's be honest. Now, I think it's funny, me being an independent artist and a DIY artist, that the fact that Drake didn't go independent 4 years ago. He had a crazy record deal with UMG or whatever, where he makes a certain amount of money and he basically doesn't have to pay them as much money when he's out the deal, kind of thing, and they still have to push him. Like, great deal, but if you would have went independent 4 years ago, Drake, oh my gosh, so much money would have been collected, 100% of it, in fact, and you could have paid people pro bono to do certain things for you. You know, you could pay for promotion. It ain't like you couldn't. You know, like, it just would have been the craziest thing ever for artists everywhere and would have been the end of record labels at that time. Because Drake didn't go independent, show big artists that it can be done and you don't need a record label. See, big artists still think they need one because they think that the machine does have a lot of power. But if you have someone like Drake, or if you have someone like Kendrick now, if Kendrick went independent now, this would be the equivalent of Drake going independent 4 years ago. Because if Kendrick went independent now, it would be absolutely insane. You know, it would be the point where, like, big artists would start looking at it like, oh, maybe I should go independent. And this other big artist, oh, maybe I should go independent. Like, it's really working, you know, like, we don't actually need the record companies, you know, and it would have snowballed from there. But unfortunately, Spotify and the record labels have pivoted and they're basically in bed with each other, which is what kind of Drake implied in his lawsuit, but it was benefiting him at one point, and now it's not. But so they're basically in bed together. The record labels get certain deals. They have access to certain playlists on Spotify and the lickety split. I don't think it's to the degree that people think it is, but to pretend that they're not in bed with each other is kind of crazy. I mean, let's be honest. We know the record label has a lot of power. We know it has a lot of influence. And so, yes, they're going to get access to certain things that the DIY artist is not going to have access to. But if you're Kendrick or Drake right now, you don't have to worry about that. I mean, if you're Kendrick right now, you don't have to worry about that. I still think Drake should go independent now, but the time for him to do it was 4 years ago, not now. But Kendrick, though, if Kendrick did it, man, it would be absolutely insane. It'd be the end of record companies, I truly feel, because it would snowball and other artists would start joining in. You know, why is Eminem still on a record deal other than loyalty to Doc? You know, like, why is Nas on a record label? Why is Lil Wayne on a record label? You know, why are these young cats who blow up still on a record label? Why don't they go independent? You know what I'm saying? Like, the new artists. Like, it seems to me that people still think you need a record label. In today's time, what does the record label do other than have power and influence? Like, what do they actually do that you couldn't pay someone else to do for a lot cheaper, with no advances that you have to pay back, because you have to pay back those advances you get? Oh, $2 million advance, you know? Guess what? If your record doesn't make that amount of money, you have to pay the record company back, and you owe them. And this is how artists end up getting screwed. The people that excel past that are the ones we hear about. But the people that get held back at that point are the ones we don't hear about anymore. And you wonder what happened to them. Oh, the record company absolutely screwed them is what happened. So I think it's crazy. Let me know what y'all think, man. Independent artists, man. Are they taking over? Are they going to start getting bigger and bigger? You know, in the era of just release music whenever you want. That's what we in, you know. You can have a hot TikTok dance blow you up in a hot second, you know? So I just think that we don't need record labels anymore. It seems to me that they're like dinosaurs. They are dinosaurs. Let me know what y'all think.
What do you know? What? Going ham these cold cuts. Walking with a slow stroke. Like, look who finally showed up. Look who finally showed up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry for the hold up. So sorry, you know how it is. Y'all should call me showing up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going ham with cold cuts. I'm the chef, man. Let's go. Okay, my presence is a present. It's evident I'm blessing you. My presence is a present. We have a saying, gotta represent. They don't wanna hear no message. Always wanna shoot the messenger. Draw the line and they testing you. Exterminate the pest in you. Sit back,